Have you ever wondered how to budget your money effectively? Well, you're in the right place. You see, budgeting is a viral tool in our financial toolkit. It's like a roadmap guiding us to financial freedom. Often, people have misconceptions about budgeting. They believe it's a way to deprive themselves to limit their spending until life isn't fun anymore. But that's not the case. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about making informed decisions. It's about understanding where your money is going so you can make the choices that align with your goals. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Budgeting gives us control. It gives us power to decide what's important to us and to prioritize those things. So, let's dive into the world of budgeting and learn how to manage our money like a pro. First things first, let's understand what budgeting entails. At its core, budgeting is a simple concept. It's about knowing where your money is coming from and where it's going. Think of it as a map that guides your financial decisions, helping you navigate towards your goal. It's made up of four main components: income, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and saving. Now, let's break these down one at a time. First, we have income. This is the total amount of money you receive. It could be your job, a side hustle, or maybe even an inheritance. Understanding your total income is the starting point of creating a budget, as it sets the ceiling for what you can afford to spend and save. Next up are fixed expenses. These are the costs that are consistent each month, such as rent, mortgage payments, utilities, and subscriptions. They are called fixed because they don't typically fluctuate from month to month. Identifying these will help you understand the minimum amount you need to set aside each month. Then we have variable expenses. These costs can change from month to month. They include discretionary spending like dining out, shopping, and entertainment. Knowing your variable expenses is crucial as it's where you have the most control and where you can make changes if you need to trim your spending. Finally, we have saving. This is the portion of your income that can set aside for future use. It could be for retirement, a down payment of a house, or even a vacation. The key is to treat saving as a fixed expense. Pay yourself first before you start spending on other things. So that's it. Income, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and saving. These are the four pillars of budgeting. They all interrelate and influence each other. For example, if your income increases, you can increase your saving or your spending. Conversely, if your expense goes up, you might need to decrease your saving or find ways to increase your income. Now that we got the basics, it's time to create your own budget. Creating a budget might seem daunting, but it's easier than you think. To start, you need to assess your income. That's not just your salary, but any additional cash flow you may have. This could be from side hustles, investments, rental income, or even that money tucked away in some birthday cards. Next, it's time to categorize your expenses. Start with essentials, rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation. After that, consider your discretionary spending. This includes entertainment, dining out, shopping, and other non-essential purchases. Don't forget to account for occasional expenses too, such as car repairs or medical bills. Setting financial goals is a crucial part of any budget. You might be saving for a new car, a down payment on a house, or an emergency fund. Your goals will guide how you allocate your money. For instance, if you're saving for a vacation, you might decide to cut back on dining out to save more money. Now here's a tip. Use budgeting apps. There are plenty of free ones out there that can help you track your income and expenses, set spending limits, and even send you alerts when you're nearing your budget limit. They can also provide helpful visuals of your spending habits so that you can see where your money is really going. Creating a budget isn't just about restriction. It's about making your money work for you. By understanding where your money is going, you can make informed decisions about your spending and saving. You can prioritize your financial goals and make sure your money is going where it needs to. Remember, a budget is a living document. It's not set in stone. Life happens, and your budget should be flexible enough to adapt. If you find your budget isn't working, don't be afraid to adjust it. After all, it's your budget, and it should work for you. With a budget in place, you're one step closer to financial freedom. But a budget is nothing without saving. Saving money. It's something we all know we should do, but why is it so important? Picture this. You're cruising down the highway of life when suddenly you hit a pothole. Maybe it's an unexpected health issue, or your car breaks down, or you lose your job. These are life's little surprises that can throw your finance into despair. Having savings set aside for emergencies gives you the financial cushion to fall back on. It's like having an airbag in a car. You hope you'll never use it, but you're so grateful that you have one just in case. Now let's switch gears and talk about large purchases. Perhaps you got an eye on a new car, a house, or maybe you're planning on a vacation. These are not things you can typically pay for out of your monthly income. This is where savings comes into play. By setting aside a portion of your income each month, you can accumulate the necessary funds over time. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow, but saving isn't just about the here and now. It's also about your future. Think about your long-term financial goals. Maybe you want to retire early or send your kids to college. These goals require substantial funds that can't be accumulated overnight. By saving consistently, you're building a financial foundation for your future. It's like building a bridge, brick by brick. Your savings can take you from where you are now to where you want to be. In essence, savings is about gaining financial security and freedom. It allows you to handle unexpected expenses, make large purchases, and achieve your long-term financial goals. It's like having a safety net, a piggy bank, and a time capsule all rolled into one. Savings are a crucial part of any budget, but remember, it's also important to spend wisely, because as much as saving is about putting money aside, it's also about making sure the money you do spend brings you joy, value, and gets you closer to your financial dream. Spending money is easy, but spending money wisely, that's where the challenge lies. So how do we go about making sure our hard-earned cash goes into the right place? Well, the key to smart spending is being thoughtful and intentional. It's about making the right choices, not just the easy ones. Firstly, avoid impulse purchasing. We've all been there, wandering through the store and something shiny catches our eye. It's an easy to just grab and go, but that's where you need to pause. Ask yourself, do I really need this? More often than not, the answer is no. If you're still thinking about it a day or two later, then maybe it's worth considering. Secondly, always compare prices. This goes for anything from groceries to large appliances. With the internet at our fingertips, there's no exception not to do a quick price comparison. You'll be surprised how much you can save just by shopping around. But there's the catch. While it's important to find a good deal, don't fall into the trap of always going to the cheapest option. This brings us to our third point, investing in quality. Sometimes spending a little more upfront can save money in the long run. Think about it. If you buy a cheap pair of shoes that wear out after a few months, you'll be back in the store buying another pair. But if you invest in a quality pair, they could last you years. Remember, spending isn't inherently bad. It's all about how and where you spend. If you're mindful about your purchases, you're not just saving money, you're also making a conscious choice about what's important to you. And this is where smart spending ties back into our earlier discussion on budgeting and saving. When you're thoughtful about where your money goes, you'll find it easier to stick to your budget and your saving will grow. With smart spending, budgeting and saving became much easier and your financial goals much more attainable. There was a lot covered, from budgeting basics to the importance of saving and smart spending. We started with the components of budget, which includes income, expenses, and goals. We then develop into the process of creating a budget, where we solve the value of tracking your spending and adjusting your budget necessary to align with your financial reality. We also stress about the importance of saving and how a portion of your income should always be set aside for the future. Whether it's for an emergency fund, retirement, or special purchase, saving is a crucial part of financial health. Lastly, there was talk about strategies from smart spending. We learned how to distinguish between needs and wants, and how making informed intentional purchases can make you stay within your budget and reach your financial goals. Remember, managing your money efficiently is a skill that takes practice. With these tips, you're well on your way to financial freedom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Bye!